There's an 8-hour limit. Hi, everybody. This is Gene from War Game from the Balcony, Waldorf's with you. And tonight I've got, Malasar?
Sure, why not?
From, I don't know what your channel was, the North, Dwellers in the North.
Shadows in the North.
There
That was a long time. I'm coming out of retirement. Yeah.
Coming out of retirement. You need to get Corey out of retirement and start that thing going again.
Yeah, why not? Call him up.
Yeah, speaking of which, call him up and tell him to show up for Mountain Mayhem on October 21st and 22nd.
I already forwarded him the email and texted him. So.
Okay. And I haven't heard any response from him, so I guess that answers that.
Right.
All right. Well, Statler's out of town, so I wanted somebody to talk to about the magic items.
Where is Statler?
He is at the beach, I think.
Well, George doesn't take me as like a beach kind of guy, like a sun guy.
Wait till you see him next week. He'll be brown.
Not bright red?
2 weeks at the beach, he'll be brown.
No, okay. All right.
Anyway, all right. So, the rules team, the PR team, I don't know which team it was, but somebody released
the team.
The team released the behind the scene publication, issue number 9, which is looking at the new magic items and how they're going to be handled. So,
yep.
And you can find this if you're looking for it. You want to see it for yourself. You can find this in the blog section from the Ninth Age website.
There's also a link to it on the announcement page when you first log on.
That's a good point. There are. All right.
Too lazy to click the blog.
So we go through this. It talks about it's the newest announcement, Ninth Age discussion thread. There's a link to a discussion. There's a link to a discussion thread if you have anything to say about this. Find it here. Path ahead. And here's what we're starting. We're starting with they're talking about the Ninth Age survey they took about the magic items.
Okay.
This
I actually skimmed this part. So I am curious about this.
Okay. I gotta say, this one, I don't know. I don't know if they took this into consideration. They just didn't post it here. 3 different things to vote for in that survey. You could vote for, leave the magic items where they are in the main rule book. Move them all to the army books, or I think it was move much less. No common items in the rule book. Anyway, there's 3 different options. And right. As you notice, when they talk about the percentages here, they only list 2 of those. So anyway, that was just kind of weird. I don't know where the other 20% of this survey went. But anyway, moving on. Is there any change to magic items? So apparently the first thing they're talking about is they're going to change the magic item categories. They're going to go from 6 to 4. Weapons, trinkets, weapons, armor, trinkets, and banners.
And then it's enchantments.
And yeah, the trinkets is going to pull in all the old enchanted items,
arcane items,
and arcane items. Yeah. And then I saw up here on the top, I said, oh, look at this. Characters can now take 2 from the trinkets category.
Yep.
The only problem is, when I first saw this, I said, okay, great. That means Wizards are going to be able to take two arcane items. And it looks like they can, except for the fact they're using this dominant thing. If it's a dominant item, you can only have 1 of those.
Right. So they're going to cap that.
But the thing that concerns me about this, though, is you can have 2 things from this category. You're usually going to want a ward save on your mage.
Right.
Which is going to take 1 of them.
And then you're going to be missing out on that talisman or the enchanted item, or the arcane item, or an enchanted item.
Right.
So you're going to get a lot less utility out of your mage now.
That's what I'm seeing, and I mean, I guess it'll depend on where certain things fall, but basically, from what I'm seeing, it's definitely going to make the mage less versatile.
Well, I guess that's a good thing in certain builds, just because it's going to give some of the utility back to combat heroes, or like for instance, when I'm playing Beast Herd, sometimes I'm like, well, if I just take a level, or if I take a Wizard Master with the Crown of Autocracy, I'm getting that same utility out of a full-on Beast character because I get them leadership, still cast, so, and I get them 4 points that way.
Yeah, I can
Just
see
saying,
that.
you know what I mean? Maybe you're getting a little more out of some other characters now, instead of just trying to take that one character that does everything.
They will force you into taking a fighty character.
Perhaps we'll see how it kind of works out.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, anyway. It's different. We'll have to see what they do with it to know
Right.
what that does.
Yeah. Some of this kind of feels just as you and I talk about this a lot. Like we talked about this Sunday at breakfast. But some of this feels like changes just for the sake of changing, and some of this feels like changing in a good way. So, and now I think this is the reason why I don't even post on the Heil forum anymore. It's because there's a lot of whining, and I'll get blamed for this. Sorry for your negative comments on your channel already. Is that there's just a lot of whining for the sake of whining. People not getting used that this is a new game. It's not made by Games Workshop, and we just need to move on. And then there's a difference between that and then just we need to change things just for the sake of changing. So there's a fine line
there. There is, and it's hard for a lot of people to see that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
so this is a completely different game, and we need to accept that this is a completely different game, and we're still trying to let this be the spiritual heir or ancestor or whatever you want to call it to Warhammer Fantasy battles with ranks and flanks and a movement phase that we're all familiar with. That's not that god awful game Kings of War, but it's time to move on and put 8th edition on the shelf where it belongs and accept that this is a different game.
Correct. Yeah.
But and then like I said, and then of course because I am an American, entitled to 17 different opinions about everything. That there's some of this feels like we're changing things just for the sake of changing, which is getting tedious.
So. Yes, I mean some of it needs to be there, some of it's fine, but but like you said, I kind of agree that some of it seems to be just for the sake of doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
on topic now.
Back to topic again.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So then they go on to talk about the weapon enchantments. So now basically what we're learning is that there's no longer going to be a obsidian sword that gives you no armor save.
Right.
That's not going to be there anymore. What's going to be there is an enchantment you can put on the weapon you already have. Like, for example, they use the razor edge. This is an enchantment you put on a weapon you already have. It gives you +6 armor penetration and magic attacks. And it's reduced a little bit because you can never wound on better than a 3-up.
Right. So it's to help you from saying, okay, I'm buying a great weapon, then I'm going to enchant it. So I'll be armor piercing 6 with a strength 7 beast or strength 7 doom bolt.
Exactly. So at least a 1 or 2 does fail to wound that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's an interesting concept. I wanted magic items all pushed to the army books. I didn't want any common items.
I voted for that. No, I voted for how it was in 6th edition, where there was 6, like a dispel scroll.
Oh, okay.
Actually, except I think the dispel scrolls go. All of those, you don't get to do any kind of interaction items. That should just go. But Like, but those like 6 items that are all the same,
Right.
like they were like in 6th and 7th, and then like 30 items that are specific to the book. That's how I vote.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted them all there because to me, I mean, the spell scrolls is different. I mean, that's kind of across the board blanket the same. But one of those items that used to be there that was common was a sword of string, plus
Right.
one string. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a big difference if an ogre's got a plus one string sword and a goblin does.
Right.
They're both not worth 20 points.
That's true.
And that's why I was always a big fan of moving things to the army books, because that way they could be priced more like where they are. Like the Bluffer's Helm. A toughness 5
Right.
ogre wearing that thing with 5 wounds.
So let me ask you this then. This is kind of on topic. Do you think all champions should be priced the same?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
No,
All right. Yeah.
no. I mean, if I don't know if you've heard a lot of some of our stuff, but we go off on that quite a bit. Is a goblin with an extra. A goblin champion is not worth I don't know, a chaos warrior champion.
Right. Right.
I mean, they're not the same.
Well,
They're both
you could
not
make
worth 20 points.
right. You could make the argument that the Goblin champion in some cases is better, just because he's there just to eat that big challenge.
Because yes, because
He's doing his job.
Yes,
Literally doing his job.
and they both do provide the
The
minimum
charge.
4-inch charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are similarities, but again, they're not the same.
Right.
And anyway, a unit that you're paying 8 points a guy for, and you're paying 20 for a champion.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's a lot. Okay.
it is. It's a ton.
So yeah, I'm a fan of everything being back in the army books, because like you said, just a +1 strength sword, it's just hard to balance around.
I mean, it's really the Bluffer's Helm's another example. I mean, it does almost nothing for an elf, toughness 3, but give it to a
Right.
toughness 5 character.
Give it to a Doom Bull with a 2-up armor save and a 4-up ward save.
Yeah, he's toughness 5 Doom Bull with how many wounds does that guy have? 5? 4?
4.
Yeah. You give it to an ogre Khan. He's tough 5. And an orc is toughness 5.
Yeah.
But so it's the same toughness. In theory, it's the same thing because a toughness 5 orc and a toughness 5 ogre, you're both getting that hard to wound and forcing the reroll on it. But
Right.
throw into that the ogre's got an extra wound or 2 on top of that, and it's even better.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, it's too hard to price that stuff in the main rule book, in my opinion.
That's true.
Anyway, but the idea here is, as you can see right here, no restriction to the type of weapon it can be. And this is, this is an example. This item may or may not be there when it's done, and they're not showing us points cost for it yet. But this item is placed on your, whatever weapon you currently have on your army. You buy a weapon for the guy, then you buy the enchantment to go on top of it.
Right. So do you think that means you could buy, like, let's take Bretonians? There's still the rule in the Bretonian book where you can use your lance and then swap out, right?
Well, they're talking about here, each character can only have 1 weapon enchantment.
Okay.
So it's somewhere in there I saw that. It doesn't matter. You're only going to be able to have 1.
Okay. Interesting.
And then the idea here is the price you pay for your mundane item, will make the magic item cost more.
Right. All I'm seeing is on paper is, being a born and bred high elf player, everybody's going to take a great axe with +1 strength. It's cheap. So you're going to have the giant blade. Yeah, you're not going to hit on 2s, but you're going to hit at initiative and 3s. It's going to be just like it was in 7th. You're always going to have that plus strength bonus. It's going to be cheap.
Yeah, we'll have to see whether that is, how cheap they do come up.
For +1 strength?
Yeah. Or if that one even makes the cut and sticks around.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that won't, but then again, +1 strength is not adding +1 AP now anymore.
Oh, that's true.
So that's maybe different as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. Then they talk about armor enchantments.
Right.
Works the same way. You buy your suit of armor, and then you can put an enchantment on it. You can buy an enchantment to put on it. Now, they did say that shield enchantments, you can put an enchantment on your armor and an enchantment on your shield.
Right.
But the shield enchantments, of course, what they're saying here, generally do not increase armor save.
Right.
So basically, what I'm hearing is, the lucky shield type thing still going to be there, and you're still going to be able to have the lucky shield and a suit of magic armor.
Interesting.
What's the other thing that's interesting is this has possibilities for the Empire players with your plate mail.
Yep.
Because the problem they always had is having to give up their plate mail to get like the armor of the armor of whatever it was that gives you the 4 up ward save,
Mm-hmm.
or the armor that gives you the 5 up ward save.
Right.
They had to give up their plate mail for that. Now that's not the case any longer.
Yeah. Now I'm also seeing here where it says most wizards in the game will get access to mundane light armor,
Right.
and thus get access to armor enchants. I wonder if there'll be an armor enchant of 4 up ward save, so maybe that'll still get you an enchanted item, trinket, or a trinket for an arcane item.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. It's maybe a way to work around that problem I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But of course, that's going to take it away from your fighty character unless you can duplicate these.
Yeah, let's see again. Doesn't this kind of feel like change for the sake of change and not like change in a practical way?
Yeah, if it ends up where you can do pretty much exactly what you can do now, then that's change for the sake of change.
Yeah.
Right. The example they give on this one is the basalt plates, which gives you +1 armor save, and fireborn.
Which is again, and they're showing this is the dragon scale helm, which is
right.
Change for the sake of change. Ah.
Yes.
I'm just smacking the back of my phone. That's all.
What was that?
I'm just slapping the back of my phone.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
All right. And then the Dusk Shield, which is the old Dusk Stone,
Yep.
gives you the rerollable armor save or awards. If you use that, you can't take the ward. So this is the exact copy of the Dusk Stone.
Right.
And they even say that down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now it becomes a shield. Now the interesting thing here again is if they do something like this where the Dusk Shield only applies to shields, that means you can't get the rerollable armor save.
Right. You're using a great weapon.
If you're not using a shield.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, don't know whether that comes into play or not, but
So yep, light armor. Here it is right here. Suits of armor only for light armor, standard size models. Always armor. It's a way to get your wizard an armor save 4 up and a 4 board.
I don't know. This doesn't say it's light armor.
Well, it says this is a nice armor enchantment they'll be able to use. Suits of armor only. So you slap that on your light armor.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And your armor 3 is the equivalent of 4 up armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
So you're going to be able to armor up wizards?
So maybe what I said before is that you can throw out that comment of making wizards, your one-stop shop again.
Yeah, sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then, of course, they say they're going to apply the same thing to the army books.
Yep.
So look for that one. All right. Trinkets. Characters can now take up to 2 trinkets. I don't like trinkets.
Not a great name.
Hopefully this is and they do say somewhere this is a name. It's not a set name yet. It's in proc. So working name. Yeah. Trinkets.
Don't love the idea of our epic mighty heroes going to war and battle with trinkets.
Carrying around a couple trinkets to help them.
Yeah.
All right. Wand of Arcane Power. Looks like this is the book, and they do say it's the Book of Arcane Power reduced in the next edition. where it's only giving you +1 to cast, not to dispel.
Yep, I like it.
Example of a lucky charm.
Again, feels like they change for change.
And then you have the Ranger's Boots. Standard size models on foot, gains terrain walker,
The
and unless
the
flying.
new name for Strider.
Right. And +2 move.
Yep.
Sorry, +2 advance rate and +4 march rate. Because that's that getting split. This is kind of odd. I'm wondering if this is an indication that terrain is going to be changing for more dangerous terrain for infantry.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
You gain terrain walker. I mean, what terrain impedes infantry now, except for ruins and I guess water stops you from marching.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, really, guess you'd be taking it for the +2 movement, maybe. So you'd have like an alter noble. No, because it'd be maximum 10. So because they're already moving 9.
Right.
I don't know why you take that.
All right. What are you doing?
What?
It sounds like you're wrestling something over there.
Oh, I was just changing my seat.
Okay, just checking. All right. And then we come to the banners. Banner enchantments are no longer 0/1, but instead 0/3. This is an interesting thing. You can take them 3 now. You can take 3 of the same banner, or 3 enchantments on 1 banner.
They're throwing that around because they're like, oh well, that way you could do like 3 flaming shots, but we're not sure how the power level would be if we gave AP3 to a unit. I was like, well, yeah.
Oh, the old rending.
Let's see like Swordmasters with AP3.
Just for 1 round though, or is it permanent?
For 1 round. I don't know.
Because they talk about the flame banner.
Right.
Is that the standard of formation is kind of not really. It's +1 combat rate. It lets you add 1 more rank.
Some of the banners have seen small redesign.
Right.
And the fire banner is 1 use only.
Fire banner being 1 use only and one phase only.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely going to kind of knock it down a lot. Standard of formation is a Skaven item. It's a horde item. Basically lets you add another rank bonus.
Yep.
That's actually kind of funny. Wonder if that'll no, it's only for
was it was 6th edition they gave up 4 ranks?
No, it's always been 3, hasn't it?
No, because they used to sell them in full ranks. Remember, like Asaurus and Chaos Warriors were 4x4, and then Elf Skaven were 5x4.
Yeah, because you got +3 front rank and 3 others.
Front rank 3. You're right. Okay.
So I thought it was always 3. I didn't think it was ever 4.
You might be right. I don't know. I have a concussion.
How long are you going to lean on that one?
Until I get cleared. until I can get past the concussion protocol.
Okay. Good luck with that. Then, like I said, the fire banner, you have that one, and they do talk about the rending banner down there. Even 3 rending banners on a single unit. Yeah, that would be pretty ugly.
Might.
Single unit might be acceptable. Oh, 3 flaming banners might be acceptable because you could use it 3 times instead of just 1. This really doesn't bother me. I mean, I like the flame banner getting knocked down a little bit. It was too much of an auto include for most armies, especially an army that had alchemy in it.
I mean, you're just gonna see. I think you're gonna see a bigger lean on pyromancy, the Ring of Fire, and region's gonna be even better now. Honestly, units that can take region, there's gonna be less counters to it.
I think you're correct because I've got a feeling that pyromancy is going to take a hit in the next edition.
Yeah.
And if pyromancy takes a hit, maybe it doesn't become as popular, and then the flaming banner gone region goes way up. If that's all true, if all that's true. One thing they don't say here, which is kind of curious, I would be more interested. I would like to see more units be able to take banners, magic banners. As it is, there's some armies have very few units that can do it.
Right.
So I would definitely like to see more. That's one of the big things I missed with the Kingdom of Equitaine is it used to be the common knights of the realm realm knights could each take a magic banner.
Right. That used to be so confusing because it was, okay, these knights with the antlers have this banner. Now these knights without anything on their helmets are knights errant, and they have this banner. And then this knight over here are my Grail knights, and they have this banner.
You didn't like that?
It's just confusing when you're across the table from it.
Yes, it was.
I mean, I like it enough.
I like magic banners, but I can see it. It's not a WYSIWYG thing. It's not something you can see on the table.
Right. So when you're talking about altering helmets, the difference between this knight and then they all have different banners.
Yeah. Well, what's going to be interesting is if when this happens, the learning curve going into games. When you're looking at your opponent's list and you're no longer, oh, where's the Sword of Strength? I don't see the Sword of Strength. Oh, wait, he's got the strength, some enchantment that's something,
Right. He's got, I see you paid for a great weapon in the enchantment of might or something.
Right.
That too. Yeah.
Correct. The learning curve's going to be a bit much, but like I said, the guys like us that play this a lot, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
It's the casual players that this is going to put off more than anything.
Right. But again, it just feels like, it's if everything's still there, which it feels like everything's still there, this just again feels like change would take a change. And I understand the whole legality part of it. I do. So I do understand.
Do you understand that? You sure?
Yeah, Brad explained it to me.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, that's kind of it. That's what they came out with. That's their big announcement for the week.
Yeah, we just we felt like highlighting it, going through it a little bit and giving some of our colorful thoughts on it. So
yeah, I kind of like some of the ideas in here. The thing is, we don't know what the rules are going to do.
Right.
To the way a lot of things work, so it's hard to know how effective some stuff is going to be.
It's just really hard to say what's going to happen until we see 2.0 all together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How all this is going to work.
I mean, I still haven't heard anything really coming out on. I would really like to hear something on the magic system and what they're doing with that. Because they put out that survey thing, or they put out the, what was it, not a questionnaire, but they put out the thing they were asking for suggestions on what to do with the magic. So I'm expecting a major change to the magic system.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of hard. So anyway, all right. Well, that's going to do it.
All right. Mountain Mayhem's coming up in like 6 weeks, right?
Mountain Mayhem's coming up in October 21st and 22nd.
So like 7 weeks.
Yeah, 6-7 weeks. Northern Virginia. Got a firehouse. Bring your own beer. Everything's allowed on premise. We control our own hours there. It's going to should be a nice tournament.
Yep, we'll both be there.
We'll both be there. Supposedly Statler's going to make an appearance.
Is he going to play?
No, he's not going to play.
No. Well, it's a drinking tournament. So
it's a one-on-one tournament, so he's not going to play. We are. I think I am going to recruit him. I think to be one of the paint judges.
All right.
We need a. That's what because we want non-players who can paint decently. You know, who know painting to do the paint judging.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it. We should do videos on our lists and updates and how practice.
That's a good idea. You know what you're doing? Are you doing Beastman?
I'm doing Beastman. I'm getting like 100 gore painted right now for the tournament.
Okay. Yeah, I won't mind at all doing my list since my list isn't going to be seen there. I'm running the thing.
Are you gonna run vampires?
No. I'm running the tournament.
Oh, you're not gonna play.
No, I'm not going to play. I don't think. Yeah, I mean,
So why doesn't Statler just run the tournament and let you play?
that's a good idea. Maybe I'll see if I can draft him into that.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You can just be a drunk idiot all weekend.
You mean a normal tournament?
Right. Exactly.
Thanks.
How many spiders are on this table?
That was a good game. All right. That's going to do it for tonight.
That's a quick one.
Thanks for sticking around. That was quick. Like I said, follow this, post your thoughts on it, let them know what you think. If you don't, probably too late to change anything anyway, but let them know.
Let them know.
Let them know. All right. That's going to do it. Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.